What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcast for the next episode of The Long Dark, where we're still bunker hunting, I guess. I don't know. I really want to find one, but I think I've read enough forums and things at this point to where I'm starting to get the sneaking suspicion that you may not actually find one of these things. That's what I'm starting to feel like. I've read a couple things from people who have said that they've played like 5 or 10 games through where they've made it 30, 40 days. They've just played nonstop, and they've said that they've only found it like one time, for example. And so I think it's actually not too terrible of an estimation to think that possibly we may not have a bunker. However, I do know of a few extra locations. I think we're going to spend the night at the Ranger's Lodge. We're going to move back towards the unnamed pond. We're going to have a look around over there too, because I think we've got another suspect area where the bunker might show up. We've checked 2 locations. We're going to check a third. I think there's 5 or 6 that I've heard people reference, but I couldn't tell you. From what people have said, it looks like a hatch. So basically, you're not going to be able to see it like in a side profile unless you're looking down on it, I guess. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's just one of those things. But in today's episode, we've got all of our needs taken care of. There's not a whole lot of stuff that needs doing. Like, everything's pretty much squared away where it needs to be, so I'm not going to worry about it. We've got more than enough food. We've got more than enough water. We're walking down this way towards the ranger station, which should be not on top of this hill, but maybe on one of the next ones. We're probably going to want to hustle, though. Our fatigue is really low, so I'm going to sprint my way there because that's probably the best way to get her done as it stands right now. So it's time to beat feet to get a little bit of speed, and once we get that all running sideways, the talent of this individual. I can't run sideways. We used to run those things, though, when I used to be on various sports teams where you had to run like sideways and you had to like alternate your feet like back and forth over and over and over again. Kids would always trip and fall on their heads, and it was hilarious. But beyond that, running sideways is not an activity that I regularly engage in anymore. I can't say that it's a thing that happens very often. The other place we might find it is people have said that it might be along the periphery of the clear cut, and so we've got a couple hours. Let's go look. Let's go see if we can have a look around here. And if we find anything else that's useful, I don't think we will. I mean, there are some dead deer and stuff out here, but for now, I think I just want to hustle and make sure that we get what needs to be done. Done. Is there going to be... Okay. I suppose we'll go back up into the hills and risk another sprained ankle. I've been looking online for ways to avoid getting sprained ankles too, and by and large what everybody has said is that it's totally random when you're walking downhill and it's just going to happen. And if that upsets you, well, you better make sure it doesn't upset you anymore because you're getting your heart rate up for no reason whatsoever. It's just going to happen frequently. There's a dead deer buried way up here in the side of the mountain, which is odd. I might take some time to clean it. That's odd. It's 8.9 kilograms. What am I carrying right now? We can carry it with us. I mean, it wouldn't be... It'll take us a while to clean it, but it's a full deer. I'd hate to think that it'll go to waste. And I don't think I'll ever be able to find my way back here either. I don't think there's any way that we're going to get this all cooked, though, before it goes bad. Still, saves me a bullet. Let's go for it. Oh, I made a mistake. That took a lot longer than expected. Okay, so... now we have a very real problem in front of us. Luckily, we have just enough light left. Oh my god. This is actually kind of creepy, the way that all these trees have like a halo around them. I think we might have just enough time to get up to... it's minus 12 right now. It means we're running the very real risk that we're going to freeze to death. Oh man, this might be it. That was foolish. It's too windy to light a match. There's also wolves about. Oh shit, what the hell is that? Hell no. Get up out of here. Okay, so the ranger station's right there. I think we can make it up the hill in time. Hopefully I don't fall off. It's super windy right now, so we're not able to light a match. That's a nice touch. That's a nice thematic touch that adds a little bit of tension to the situation. I also never noticed how the wolves' eyes glow when you're outdoors. That's creepy as hell. Alright, so we've got to figure out a way. Luckily, the darkness is actually fairly realistic. I can still sort of see. I hate it when games make nighttime pitch black. That always drives me nuts. So we need to go... Is this the sign over here? I think it may be. So welcome to the first 10 minutes of my episode, whereabout I walk around in darkness, unable to find my way. I had to waste a bullet on that wolf, and I can't guarantee that I'm going to be able to go back out there and harvest him. I'm going to try, because I hate to leave anything to waste, especially since that was a survival bullet. That wasn't like a necessary shooting. That was just sort of like he's going to bite me in my face if I don't shoot him. So maybe I should get on that. There we go. We've got enough light now to where we can... Oh, I thought that was another wolf. I was about to be like, no, not another wolf. I can barely see right now. Let me get up against the wall. Okay, so there's the railing over there. I think we're still... There's another railing right there. I know that there's a spot over here, though, where you can fall off the cliff if you're in the dark. So I'm going to try and be careful and watch out for that. I think we just caught the little curve right there. Oh my god, it's so dark. But still, it's a realistic dark. I much prefer that versus a lot of games which are just like, it's pitch black at night. Like, really? Have you ever been out, like, outside at night? Have you ever, like, taken some time to do that? Just pretty sure as long as the moon is somewhat existent, you'll be alright. The only time it gets really dark out in the middle of nowhere is when there's no moon, but even then, it's still, once your eyes adjust, you're fine. I'd love to see a game that simulates your eyes adjusting. If that's a feature they could add to this game, it would actually be a big selling point for me. That sounds kind of dumb, but your eyes adjusting seems like the sort of thing that would be easy to implement, but I don't think many games do it. Alright, so there's the forestry lookout. Try and get inside as rapidly as I can. Up the stairs. My god. Well, that was me playing the game very, very badly because I'm getting lazy as the series goes along farther and farther. You saw this in my Zomboid series as well. Like, as I survive long and longer...
So cold.
What the hell was that? Why are my ears ringing? Crowbar and a storm lantern, it figures. I left a lantern here. Well, I think we could probably get away... Oh, that one didn't do much for me. I need a better deer. There we go. Better deer flank. Mmm. Delicious. Alright, so the deer flank's handled. Let's go ahead and we'll drink ourselves some water. Good. Now what I may try to do right now is maybe scavenge a little bit of wood in here. I don't think we've ever scavenged this location, so I think we might be able to get some improvised wood. Okay, so there's one reclaimed wood. Let's try again. Did we get anything that time? It didn't announce it. 2 reclaimed wood. Well, it's something. Let's go ahead and pop this open. We've got a tinder plug right there. It's going to be risky. 70%. Let's see if we make it. If it uses up that tinder plug, we are boned. Come on. Fire starting skills. You make fire. Fire. Good. Be strong. Make blaze for food. There we go. And so we'll get some of this venison up in here. Got some definite decaying venison on our person. I think most of this venison's about to go bad. But it was freebie venison, so I'm really not going to stress too much about it. That one might not get finished. Yeah, we just can't get enough wood in here. Oh my god, it is nasty outside right now. That is a hell of a storm. Oh well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Food and drink. So all this venison is actually really going bad. Okay. Damn, I would love to. Let's live on the edge for a little bit. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I mean, I can't. I'm gonna drop it so that it deteriorates a little bit slower. Go for another hour or two. I may pull an all-nighter right here, just looking for wood inside the cabin. And if it all decays, it all decays. How much did that decay? 3%? Okay, so let's go for one more foraging. And if we get lucky, we might be able to cook some of this up. And we did get lucky. So let's go ahead and start this thing. We don't have any tinder. Things I should have done thought about. There's wolf meat in here? What did I... Oh, there's a hatchet, too. Oh, that's right. I used this place as my base camp, didn't I? I'm sure somebody shouted that out in one of the previous episodes. Ah, well. I didn't realize there was so much food in here, though. I wouldn't have cut up that deer had I known. Okay, well, that sort of takes some of the sting off the things that we need to get done right this second. I guess I'll eat the remainder of this venison. And since we've got a big old cartload of wolf meat ready to go, I guess we don't really have much to worry about. I suppose that solves our problem. I can't light any of this stuff with the wood, so unfortunately, that's just something we gotta live with. Thirst is looking pretty bad. We don't have a ton of potable water left, but we should be able to survive into the next day, I think. Alright, so it's 4 a.m. Let's go ahead and we'll go till 10 o'clock, I guess. And that should be enough to get us back up on our feet. Our fatigue will be a little bit real, but our fatigue was low for the day anyways, so I'm not going to stress about it at this point. Hopefully the storm goes away in just a little bit. It feels like 4 degrees Celsius. Wow, okay. So it's actually still pretty cold up in here. That all went bad, unfortunately. But we do have all this as a bonus, so, you know. In case you were wondering, let's get our hatchet back too. I was a little bit worried about that missing. There's a Summit Soda and some wool socks. Some wolf socks. Not some wolf socks, some wool socks. I guess we'll pop on minus 26. There you go. There's some weather. It may be better off for us to, well, considering our water supply is a little bit skimp, I might try to track down some tinder with the first little bit of our day. I think the temperature's going to go up, though, pretty quickly. Once you get to this point in the day, maybe? I don't know. Let's go outside, and we'll see if we can get any tinder off any of these areas. If we can get ourselves a tinder bundle, we can make another fire, and we can cook up that last thing while we wait off the remainder of the day. Let me go off over here to the side and just maybe forage wood for an hour. Get rid of the hatchet, though. If we can get a tinder bundle, that's what I'm really looking for right now. I know that typically I tend to disparage the tinder bundle and be like, tinder bundle, you are worthless and I hate you, but in today's situation, it's necessary that we find it. I'm going to allow my condition to go down a little bit. We've got plenty of food. We've got enough water right now. I'm hoping that I can get a tinder bundle because I don't want to carry... Oops, I used the hatchet. Son of a bitch. 4 tinder plugs. That's exactly what I was looking for. Okay. Tinder plugs will work out for now. Let's eat a little bit of wolf meat. And by a little bit, I did not mean 46 calories worth. That is not what I am aiming for right now. Damn it. Okay. So I guess we'll go for the next wolf meat. There we go. That'll put our condition up a little bit. I'm going to keep foraging, actually. I'm just going to... We're not going to use the hatchet, though, because if that breaks, we're going to be hosed. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to break off and do a little bit of time here at the hunting lodge, which I didn't really want to do. No wood found. Our condition is still okay. I'm probably just going to go for another hour. No! That goddamn... I hate that axe so much popping in as just like a default thing. Like, seriously, developers, change that. I hate it so much. Especially since I just lost so much durability for 3 tinder plugs. Like, for realsies, that is just... Don't make that pop in automatically. It's irritating and makes me sad. It means I spend a huge amount of time. If you're wondering what I'm doing right now, we need to be able to light some of this wood so we can make ourselves some more water. That's why I'm so desperately trying to scrounge wood right now. You know what? Just go for 2 hours. And if we pull it off, we pull it off. I mean, we're freezing to death, but it says that it's getting warmer outside, so maybe we'll be okay. Oh, there we go. So that's perfect right there. That actually puts us in a great position to spend the evening. Okay, so that's more than enough wood to get all the things done that we need to get done. I wish that we had had this yesterday. It's not a bad plan, actually, to make multiple locations, like this one right here. Each have their own self-contained supply of, like, things that you can make use of. Hey, let me walk past the banister. Thank you. Alright, so we're back inside right now. Let's go ahead and get this bad boy lit up. Got tinder plugs. We didn't get any cedar, though, I don't think. The fire starter makes our chances better, right? Got reclaimed wood and we've got fur. Let's get it started with the fur. And this is purely going to be for water acquisition. We have to get water, otherwise we're going to die of thirst before we can get back to our base. I don't think it's nearly that bad. I bet I could run back to base, our other base right now without too many problems, but that should drop our cold off pretty fast as well. We're just going to go for a nap, and then after that we'll have all of our condition back. I can't carry most of this around with me right now. So I'm thinking this might be the time to jump in here and just make a huge water supply. So we'll use all that wood up right now. And let's just boil off as much water as we can. I'm going to go for non-potable. It looks like that's going to take us a decent amount of time. I'm just going to go one and then the other because I prefer to get the water done before I run out of time here. If I end up with a whole bunch of non-potable, it's going to be lame. It's over 3.5 right there, and that takes us from 2.5 hours down to maybe 1.5 hours, it looks like. Okay. And so we might land just perfectly here. Maybe. Yep, we timed it just right. Perfect. Awesome. So our calories are looking really bad though right now. So what I want to do is let's handle our calories. We'll eat the wolf flesh. Hopefully we won't get food poisoning right now. That does put us in a little bit of a nasty situation with regards to our calories, but I think we've got more food poisoning. Great. Awesome. I love food poisoning.
It hurts. Oh, it hurts.
Take some antibiotics. Drink some agua. And since we already have food poisoning, and actually no, we'll just sleep it off. There we go. 7 hours and we should be okay. We got to do 10 altogether to get rid of the status effect, but we're no stranger to that at this point. We've played this game long enough to where it's a possibility that crops up every now and again. You just can't help it. Looks like we're going to have another freezing day out. I don't know if this game has seasons, but I'm starting to think that it is really not loving us right now. I'm saying, who do you love? And the game is saying, definitely not you. We will have no love for you anywhere. Eat that last wolf meat. Rest for another couple hours. And that should be enough to get us back to where we came from. Worst case scenario is we go harvest that wolf too for some extra meat. That's the other half that I'm thinking about. So our condition is going to stay kind of low right now. How cold is it outside? Minus 24 again. Unfortunately, this cold wave is really, really destroying us at the moment. This cold wave, I don't know what this is, but it sucks. It's 9 in the morning right now. Rest for another hour. Maybe hope that things get better. That'll make our condition go up nonetheless. But I can't strike out right now to go do anything until this storm goes away. Unfortunately, thirst is looking a little high. We'll drink some water. Maybe go harvest that wolf. But up until... yeah, I mean, up until this weird cold wave goes away, we're kind of stuck here, I think. Minus 17 now, which does indicate that there should be an upward trend for the temperature throughout the course of the day, although I've been proved wrong before. Let's go ahead, and cold by itself isn't going to be enough to kill us at this point, but we need to hustle, that's for sure. So let's hustle. I'm going to try and go harvest that wolf. It does look like there's a spike going on right now, so that might work out. We're also looking at the possibility of a broke ankle while we go down this hill, though, so I'm going to try and go slow, he said as he accidentally hit the shift key. I hate the sprained ankle mechanic in this game so much. Like, it is the worst. Like, seriously, it is the worst.
Hurts a bit.
It's like one of the things that I absolutely hate about this game. Like, I love a lot of things about this game, but the sprained ankle mechanic can go die in a fire. I dislike it that much. I don't normally focus on negativity here, but seriously, the sprained ankle mechanic can just kiss the fattest part of my ass. I bet I sprain my ankle again before we get down to the bottom of the hill. There's not really even any point in healing it, to be honest. Like, you sprain your ankle, and I've heard a lot of complaints about this on the forums, too. How you could leave such a glaring gap in your gameplay, I'm not really sure. Because if it's definitely a detriment to most people's enjoyment of the game, you'd think you'd jump on that a little bit earlier rather than later. Just be like, just get rid of the sprained ankle altogether, to be honest. It's just obnoxious. It's something you have to deal with so frequently. Just lower the percentage by, like, maybe 200% of what it is right now. Like, seriously. Just make it negative so that you get positive ankles all the time. Like, we're wearing hiking boots, too. Like, there's no reason that sprained ankles should even be a problem. All hiking boots have ankle support in them so that it's almost impossible for you to break your ankle or sprain it. They've got little solid supports, not like wood supports. I don't know what they used to do it, but it's definitely like a solid little plastic support or something. In my hiking boots anyways, and mine aren't even expensive. They're just like $80 hiking boots. They're not like the expensive like $250 ones that like the real professionals buy. Let's go find this wolf corpse out here. Or shoot ourselves another wolf. I don't really care. Not a big wolf fan. Not a big wolf fan. We're not getting cold that fast. We're at -8, so That's pretty cold, but it's not like homewrecker cold to where we need to rush and make sure that we get things done quickly. Just kind of work our way around out here. Will the wolf go after the deer and kill it? Have we verified that yet during the course of this playthrough? That guy's empty. I'm pretty sure I already cleaned this deer too. Did I? I did. Okay, so that's already been cleaned. Where did I shoot this wolf at over here? Wolfie! Where'd you go, Wolfie? I know you're over here. I'm gonna clean you out, son. Should be frozen at this point. I would say that I blasted him somewhere. Maybe up on this hill. I remember it being a lot steeper than this right here. We came down almost perfectly towards the sign. As much as I loathe to sprain my ankle again, I think we were at a higher altitude because I remember the deer sticking out the side of the embankment. So the corpse has got to be here somewhere. I don't think it would disappear that fast. If we can find that deer body, that'll pretty much put us right where we descended back down into the valley. Deer corpse? Deer corpse, where are you? Where did that thing go? It was here, damn it. Oh, I hate to think that I wasted a bullet on that wolf. I really, really hate to think that I wasted a bullet on that wolf and I'm not going to be able to harvest it. Oh, that's going to suck so much. We're also... Are we out of food right now? Yeah, we're out of food. And unfortunately... This was sort of my last gambit to make sure that we could find... Oh boy. Okay, so there's a wolf out here somewhere that we can make use of, but I'm not seeing it. It was down once we got into the tree area though, so maybe it's laying around. Maybe that was the one that we shot right there and it's just like wounded. We winged it. I am known for my skills at winging it, so there is a possibility there. I definitely wasn't this far over. How many calories do we have right now? 1,300. We have enough right now to where I could run back to our house and we would make it and be fine. It's only my stubborn nature that's making it so that I'm trying to stick it out over here and find this wolf corpse because we used a bullet on it. And that by itself makes me want to justify almost losing my life trying to get my hands on some extra materials. We have enough wood back at the house to where, oh my god, the sprained ankles in this game, like seriously. Such bullshit. Like, how many times have I sprained my ankle in this episode? Like, honestly. It's becoming one of those things where it's hard for me to remain positive about this kind of dumb shit happening over and over and over again. And so now I definitely can't make it back. Let's use another painkiller. My god. Dumbest mechanic ever. Like, oh my god, we're on a tiny incline. Sprain your ankle. You're on a huge incline. Walking carefully. Sprain your ankle. You're flying through midair with no obtrusion. Sprain your ankle. You're doing a handstand. Sprain your ankle. My god. It was down in here somewhere. I'm gonna find this thing and we are gonna butcher it. Damn it. Unless it despawns that quickly, but I don't think it would. Like, that seems way too fast to despawn, considering I've shot bodies and left them there for days before I cleaned them. It was in here somewhere. I just don't see it. We may have to abandon the kill, unfortunately. It doesn't please me to have to do that because that's a total waste of resources. Like, that's basically a couple days off our survival time now. Yikes. Okay, well, with our calorie situation where it is, I can't run the risk of hanging out here any longer. Let's make a break for camp. I'm going to try and make a run all the way back to where we came from. And if we can get there, we should be okay. But our calories are reasonably low right now. They're low enough to where I would start worrying about it pretty soon. And we need to get some food in our bellies. Luckily, food doesn't affect your status quite as much. Oh good, we're gonna sprain our ankle again. What I always wanted, to sprain my ankle 14 times in a day. You figure it would just fall off eventually. Just like crunch. Oh, no more ankle for you. You've sprained it far too many times in this adventure. Your ankle fell off. How do we fix that? Oh, you can't. You just get to hobble for the rest of the game. Like, yay! Damn sprained ankle mechanics. I sincerely dislike them. I don't know if you've gotten that impression yet, but they make me sad. Alright, that's it. Our last bullet until we find the prepper cache, if there even is one. So the other location that I think we might find the prepper cache is up over here. There's like this little inlet up and around the back of the unnamed pond that we may find it in. It's worth a look since we're going this way anyways. The cold is going to become a problem pretty soon, although we could stop off right here. Never mind, let's stop off right here. And we'll wait for an hour. Hunger's not going to affect us that negatively anyways. So we'll stop off right here for a minute to get our cold back down.
I'm ready to die.
You're not ready to die? Well, you're not gonna die, so I'm not sure why you're so worried about it right now. Like, seriously, you're perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. Everything's gonna be great. The second you start thinking about dying, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It nerfs your morale. But I think we're just about out of time for this episode anyway, so I'm going to stop right here, and we'll make our risky run back to base in the next episode. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerdcast for the next episode of The Long Dark. I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. Take care, everybody, and hi-do.